If you want to understand how to speak fluent English, you need to consider how native speakers in countries like the UK or USA gain fluency in the language. British and American individuals grow up in an environment where English dominates, and they learn the language through continuous exposure and social interaction. They use English as a highly practical tool for forming relationships, studying, and working. Life for them would not be possible without proficient English, as it serves as the foundation for almost everything they do. This may be true for your native language, but do you really need English? If your answer is yes, and you have a strong desire to become fluent, then you need to allocate more time for English in your daily routine. In other words, you need to make some changes to your current lifestyle in order to speak English more fluently. Here are tips to help you get started. Set aside time for your English studies every day and make it a priority. Any time you invest in improving your English should be seen as an investment in your future fluency. Taking many small steps will help you cover a long distance over time. Having a clear understanding of why you need to learn English and the benefits of fluency is important for prioritizing it in your busy life. The time you choose to invest in improving your English is at your discretion, but it should be a consistent commitment, as it directly impacts the speed at which you achieve fluency. Use your native language less. If you spend 99% of your time speaking your native language and only 1% is left for English, improving your fluency will always be an uphill struggle. Are there situations in which you could use English instead of your native language? This technique is called replacement, and examples might include: change the language on your mobile phone to English. Watch TV in English 50% of the time. Choosing to read a book in English instead of in your native language. Don't look for a quick solution. There isn't one. We live in a world where advertising convinces us to believe everything can be obtained quickly and easily with minimal effort. In reality, the best things in life are often achieved through consistent effort and working towards a goal over time. This is especially true when learning how to speak English fluently. If you go online, you'll find lots of books and websites promoting catchphrases like, "How to quickly learn English," "Speak great English in just 3 weeks," or "The easy way to learn English." However, achieving fluency in English is never easy or fast, and learners who fail to acquire good English are usually those who seek a quick fix solution or do not invest enough time, effort, and money in their studies. If you truly want to learn how to speak English fluently, avoid gimmicks, take responsibility for your own progress, and follow the practical advice in this video. Set realistic goals and allow sufficient time for improvement. Many learners set unrealistic goals for themselves, fail to follow their study schedule, and then feel disappointed by the end result. Do not let yourself fall into this trap. Start by setting a series of small and achievable short-term goals. Write down your current obligations and determine how much time you can allocate to your English studies each week. Then compare your list of study goals with your availability and create a realistic plan. Remember that fluency in English is a percentages game. Accept that you may never become a native English speaker, but understand that this is not the goal. Work on improving your individual skills step by step over time. It is unlikely that you will ever achieve a 100% native English accent, but perhaps reaching 90% would be enough. Keep your goals clear in your mind. When speaking with an accent, the main goal is to be understood by everyone. And that means clear, standard pronunciation with minimal confusion between similar sounds. This principle also applies to your other English language abilities. Visualize your progress to appreciate what you have achieved so far. Motivation often comes from seeing the results of your efforts. Testing your skills from time to time can help you visualize your progress, so you feel positive about your English. A broader vocabulary makes it much easier to understand the language and also helps improve fluency in English. Develop your other English skills to enhance your spoken fluency. Fluent spoken English comes from having a wide vocabulary, good listening comprehension skills, and a solid understanding of grammar. Therefore, it is a mistake to focus 100% on just speaking. Imagine that you are constructing a house. You will need a variety of materials, such as bricks, timber, cement, and slates for the roof, etc. This also applies when you are developing fluency in English. You need solid foundations on which to build, and these skills represent the other main aspects of the language. Try the following tips to help you improve your foundations for fluency. Always keep working to improve your vocabulary. Having a large vocabulary provides you with greater flexibility and power of expression in English. Therefore, it is important that you continually work to improve your vocabulary through deliberate study and passive exposure to the language. One of the major challenges that English learners face when speaking English is a lack of words to express their thoughts, or an inability to construct sentences quickly enough to engage in fluent conversation. Improving your vocabulary can greatly assist with this. However, you must be selective in choosing the words and phrases you want to learn if you want to remember them. Remember that listening is half of the conversation. If you want to learn how to speak English fluently, start by learning how to be a good listener. Fluency is often acquired by listening to and then imitating the language used by others. English has a wide variety of accents and regional forms, so it is vital to work on your listening comprehension skills if you wish to understand native speech.